Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Dexter's Diary. What's up? Happy Tuesday. So jumping right in today, I want to talk about something that's been a pertinent thread in my life for the past over a year now, really. And I know I've talked about various friendships and things like that, but there are some people who we may, or I'm talking about me, find harder to let go than others. And something that I've learned this past week, and I mean like, it's something that really came to me and I was trying to put it into words because the emotion was there and I just couldn't quite verbalize it. And it was, don't allow your feelings for someone to hold you hostage. You know, a lot of times we get caught up in situations with people that we care about or people who tell us that they care about us, and they'll literally breadcrumb you throughout the whole friendship, throughout the whole relationship. And the thing about these people is that they'll breadcrumb you at the most pivotal moments. And you're like, oh, okay, they got me. All right, they're holding me down and da-da-da. But it's really just a fallacy. It's false. It's fake. It's phony as hell. And we'll make excuses because these people are really good at throwing stones and hiding their hands. And we'll continue to make excuses because of how we feel about them. It's not even necessary that they have to make up a story for themselves or for their behavior. No, we're perfectly okay. And I don't think this is limited to women. I feel like as a whole, people do this all the time. We've all been in situations where we felt we were getting less than what we deserved, less than what we wanted. And we made excuses for it. Oh, they're busy. Oh, they got a lot going on. Oh, this, that, they're... Listen, it is 2018. Everybody has something going on. Even people that you don't think have something going on have something going on. People lead all kinds of secret lives, do all kind of crazy stuff. Like, everybody got something going on. You have kids in daycare who have a whole itinerary for the day. Like, everybody has something going on. So it's not an excuse to not show up. And if you find yourself continuously showing up for people in your life and they're not showing up for you in the way that you feel that you deserve, the way that you want, and communication is important. So if you've communicated, like, look, this is subpar, this is not what I want, this is not what I expect, this is etc., whatever the case may be, whatever you're looking for, state that. If they continue to breadcrumb you, and it's important to notice those pivotal moments in your life where people don't show up. People can say they support you all the time, all this stuff, like, and I say this, as long as there wasn't a disagreement, an argument, so on and so forth, whatever you want to call it, you know, those are exceptions to the rule. Because if I'm not talking to you, I've done this. I've been not talking to someone and showed up for them, and I'm like, and everybody's like, why are you doing this? And at the end of the day, I realized, I'm like, why did I do that? But I allowed my feelings for them, despite what was going on, to lead me to that certain type of behavior. It's something I will never do again, because hindsight is always 20/20, and things just came crashing down in that particular friendship. So it was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. I'm good. But it's not limited to that one particular incident, because everyone that you come across in your life will affect you in different ways at different moments, and exploit different vulnerabilities that you have, because everything is a lesson, right? So in this moment, you might think, excuse me, you might think, oh, I don't want a relationship, or I don't need no new friends, blah, 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 blah. But the reality is, it's not true. Like, we're not made to be alone. Yeah, we can find comfort in being by ourselves, but that's limited to certain pockets of time. For the most part, we want to be with someone. We want friends. We want acquaintances. We want people in our lives, people who genuinely care for us. And so you will find those people who will come into your life at certain moments and exploit certain vulnerabilities. And because you're in this place of being vulnerable, you're not really picking up on it. And it's not even, I don't want to criminalize people, because I don't feel like everyone comes in at certain moments seeking to like destroy you and do crappy things. Like, it's just in that point in time, like a window opened and or a door opened and they just came through, and because of who they are or the effect that they had on you, you allowed certain things. Stop allowing people to breadcrumb you, first of all. And if you feel like you're being breadcrumbed and you've spoken about it, leave. And I know it's hard to say, and it's even harder to do because you're emotionally attached, you're emotionally invested, and it's like, maybe they'll come around. Like, I had to cut off quite a few people, friends, relationships, so on and so forth, because it was like, if I'm always showing up and you're doing the minimum, what am I here for? What are you here for? To just continue to leech off my energy and continue to have me as a cheerleader, but you're doing the minimum. Like, no, I'll be your cheerleader all day, but there are going to be moments in time when I need you to cheerlead for me too, when I need you to wave the pom-poms for me too. And if you're not doing that, then energy is reciprocal. It's circulatory. It's like same thing. It's like when you go to a club or a party or whatever, and your friends is on the dance floor, and you're like you hyping them up because they do and it goes throughout the crowd. Like, you get on the floor and they like, get it, girl. Like, all that. Your hype team. It's a team. Like, if I'm hyping you up, I need you to hype me up too. There are going to be moments where I feel less than. There are going to be moments when I feel like I'm not at my best. And that's where you come in. Like, look, here are your accolades. Here are things that you've done. This is what you got going for you. Like, you're smart. You're this. Like, whatever you need to say to get me back to who I am is what I need you to do. As a friend, as a partner, as whoever you are in my life. Because when those moments happen for you, I will be championing. I will be doing it for you too. There's just some words my tongue is just like, it ain't happening. But you get where I'm going with this. Like, if the people in your life are not doing it for you, you have to, if they don't want to leave, you have to remove yourself. And it's something that became really, really crystal clear to me in the past few months, because I had a really close relationship with someone for a year, and it just seemed like, every time something great happened in their life, I'm like, yeah, you got this, da, da, da. And even when things weren't so great, I'm like, look, you're close, you're this, like everything I can come up to say, but like, I was not getting that same energy back. Instead, I got excuses, things weren't going right, blah, blah, blah. Like, if something was happening on the 15th, they didn't show up, and then on the 17th, it's like, oh, well, like, we're not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to continue to give effort and there's none coming in. You know what I mean? Like, it's currency. Everything goes like that. Like, if you put money in your bank, you can go in and withdraw money. But if you're not putting money in the bank, what are you withdrawing? What are you withdrawing? Nothing. Do not let people hold you emotionally hostage. Do not let your feelings for someone keep you in a situation that's less than ideal for you. Like, we're not getting any younger. We're supposed to be getting smarter, but we continue to do things. And it's like, the flags are there. The flags are always there. There's always a freaking flag on the field. And then we're just like, oh no, like they'll come around. Decide on, and this is something like I'm really working on. You have a certain pocket of time within my life to show up. And in that pocket of time, if things don't change or if I don't feel like your behavior suits me, then you have to go. And that's just the reality. I had one person who I met and she was really cool and she was like, I don't have any friends, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like we can get to know each other, you know, woman to woman and see where this goes. And she decided out of the blue, because I guess I didn't get back to her as quickly as she had liked, knowing my schedule, knowing what's going on, and try to break fly. And I was like, oh no, like this behavior is unacceptable. You gotta go. Blocked. I'm not playing this game with you. I'm not doing this back and forth with you. There are some cases where I do feel like an explanation is important, depending on the length of time that someone has been in your life. There are other moments, if you just fresh on the field and you're like, you're not gonna just come on the team and start like calling plays. Like that doesn't make, no, we're not doing that. We're definitely not doing that. We're definitely not doing that. You're not gonna be fresh on the team and calling plays. You gotta go. Now, for those who have been on the team a little bit longer and I'm a little bit more invested, depending on what's going on, yeah. I have friends that I've been friends with since I was, 15. You know what I mean? Like, we've gone through our ups and downs and we're at a place in our lives now where there's an understanding. Like, I'm not always going to be available and you're not always going to be available. And when we have time, we can catch up and we can talk about things and we can, you know, champion for each other and really just get things out. Like, girl, I ain't spoke to you in a while. What's been going on? And we just dish and go back and forth and, you know what I mean? Like, and it feels good and we can get off the phone or move from brunch or whatever and go about our lives. And we know that we've set that time for each other. There are other people who it just doesn't work like that. And I'm not in a place anymore to continue to allow you to use how I feel for you to keep me in a situation that's less than ideal. I don't care who it is. I'm not playing this game with you. We ain't got time for games. Like, we're not kids. I ain't got no kids. Playtime is over. Like, we're not doing this. So that's my message. Do not allow your feelings for someone to hold you hostage. And they will use that against you. There's so many like, oh, well, you remember? Yeah, those times are gone. And I feel like it's like that in a lot of relationships. Like, the reason why we stay in things that are less than ideal is that we take those good moments and we exploit them in our heads. Like, oh, we had so much fun and da-da-da, and this was amazing. Yeah, but how long ago was that? And what has transpired between that time and what's going on now? You have to dissect these relationships. You have to break them down to their simplest forms. Stop romanticizing those parts that you felt were amazing when everything else has been crappy. You can have a few pockets where it's just like really dope and really just great, and everything else is shit. Why are you there? If these people aren't making an effort to be a better person to you, leave. That's it. Because most times it's hard as hell getting people out your life. So remove yourself from the situation. They can stay where they're at. You just no longer going to be there. And it's fine, because at the end of the day, it's how you feel about yourself that's really important. It's protecting your peace that's really important. And it's keeping your emotions intact. That's the most important thing. So if someone is making you feel bad, because honestly, when you are in this situation that you feel like you're being held hostage and you're like, why can't I let this person go? What is it? Da, 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 blah, blah, blah. Like you're making all these excuses, but you're not looking at the behavior that led you to feel like this in the first place. Examine the behavior. Like, what have you consistently been doing? Nothing. What have you consistently been giving me? Breadcrumbs. Like, how you gonna get full off of that? How you gonna get full? Are you a pigeon? No, you're not. You're a whole human being with a whole heart, a whole soul, a whole mentality, like whole substance. Stop letting people breadcrumb you. Do not allow your feelings to hold you hostage in a situation that is less than ideal. I'm going to continue to say this until you get it. And it's important. And I don't say these things to pass judgment. I'm telling you things that I've personally gone through and I've personally learned through. This is something that has been a threat in my life, and it's something, as someone that I had to let go, no matter how much I cared about them, no matter how much I loved them, because for over a year, they've been consistently who they are. And a year is a long time in anyone's life. I don't care what you say. It can go as fast as it wants to. It can go as slow as it wants to. It's still a length of time that you devoted to someone in your life that did not show up. And at this point in my life, if you're not showing up, I'm giving you the same energy that you're giving me. I'm no longer championing. I'm no longer going above and beyond to make you feel good at the expense of myself. Like, I don't care who you are. That's it. You ain't no kin to me. So we just gonna have to leave it where it's at. And it's not with any malice. It's not with any animosity. You go on and be great. And somebody else, you got a bunch of friends, somebody else can be that friend for you. You go on and be great. I'm going to go on and be great. And everything's fine. If I see you in the street, I'm not saying nothing. If you see me in the street, don't say nothing to me. Seriously, don't say anything to me. I'm literally like, if you're blocked on anything, you're blocked in real life too. It's across the board. There's no happy medium. There's no, well, maybe there's no tentative, because they'll try to like wiggle their way back into your life, and you'll be right back where you started. You'll be right back where you started. There's very few relationships for me that have survived an argument or something crazy, and I'm like, okay. If I give my friends a certain amount of chances, because you choose your friends. Your family gets a bit more because they're your family and they're your kin and so on and so forth, and you love them and da-da-da. But people that I chose to be in my life, you only get a certain amount of chances. And after that, it's no more. So if we have a big blowout argument, unless I feel like I played a part in that, ain't no coming back. Now, if both parties are wrong and we can sit and have a constructive conversation, cool. But if it's something that I felt like you just went off the deep end and, I did everything I could to not allow that to happen, and you still did what you did, you can't come to my funeral. You can't do nothing. Don't talk to my family. Don't nothing. If you see me in the street and I get hit by a car, don't even call the police. I know that sounds petty. But I'm dead serious about that. I'm so serious about that. I'm not, like, once I'm done, I'm done. I'm completely done. And there's no coming back for me. There's no retribution in this situation. And that's the only way for me to protect my peace and to protect my heart. I cannot continue to allow you to abuse me, because I'm a genuine ass person. Like, there's not too many people out here like that. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm like one of the greatest people out here. No, we all have our flaws. I'm human. I mess up just like everyone else. And I'm able to admit that. begrudgingly at times, but I'm able to admit it. But I'm still genuine, and I'm not out here to maliciously hurt and impede anyone's life, and like that's not my thing. Like as a collective, I want to make sure my people are good, and by my people I mean my people, skinfolk, kinfolk, all that. But I also understand that everyone's not about that, and it's fine. And it's not my job to make you see my vision the way I see my vision. It's not my job to come in and change who you are. None of that. You can't change people. They either do the work themselves or they don't. But it's not my job to come in and be like, I need you to be a better person, and this is what it is. Da, da, da. No, I can only share my experiences with you. I can only share my point of views with you. I can only shed some light on things that I've learned, and you take the information and you do it as you do with it as you wish. But you will not say that I left you worse off than you met me. That's something that I am very strict about. I'm not going to come into anyone's life and just Tasmanian devil and tap dance all over their shit. That's not me. I'm coming in, I'm trying to spread love and light and knowledge and so on and so forth. And if you squander it, then you squander it. But that's only for a minimum of time. Once I notice that this is not mutually beneficial, I'm out. I don't have time to hold animosity in my heart. And da-da-da. I can be petty, like I said. Like, you can't come to my funeral. But that's not because I hate you. That's just because I don't mess with you. I don't fuck with you like that. So, what are you here for? To make sure I'm dead? I'm good. I'll see you on the other side, boo. That's pretty much it. So, that's my diary entry for today. I love you guys. Take what I say, and I hope it nourishes you in some sort of way and you can utilize it in your life. And share it with someone. Subscribe, all that. Like everything, you know what you got to do. You know what you got to do. As for me, I got to go. And I'll see you next time.